Welcome to the Straight Out of Home Video podcast, part of the Geeky Waffle Network. Today on Straight Out of Home Video, we're talking about Springtime with Rue, the 2004 Winnie the Pooh movie. I'm Candace, and with me is my co-host Vanessa. Hey, Vanessa.
Hello.
This is an animated musical adventure film. That's what the wiki says. And the summer on Disney Plus, it's a beautiful day in the 100-acre woods. So Rue, Pooh, and Tigger just want to play in the sun. But Rabbit wants help with spring cleaning. And I have in my notes, what a killjoy. I literally said that when I read the summary. I was like, come on, Rabbit.
Yeah, no, I mean, well, but that's what you're expecting from Rabbit. I mean, there's just no other way that he knows how to live. And it's obvious every single movie. I mean, that's just how he is. He's the killjoy in every single movie. Just because, I mean, he has super high OCD and anxiety, so I feel for the dude. But
I know, yeah, I feel for him too. I feel like, yeah, him and Piglet have some issues. I mean, Winnie the Pooh and Tigger do too. I feel like each of them have these manic personalities.
Isn't that actually explained somewhere where actually each one of them does embody a particular type of I don't even know what to, but for example, Rabbit, OCD, anxiety, Eeyore is obviously depression,
yeah.
And then with Tigger, it's, I don't even know I guess you would call that manic, but he's just kind of hyperactive.
He's hyperactive, right? Yeah. I think
right. I think that maybe we have talked about this before, so maybe that's why I'm thinking about it, but
it's definitely all there. This movie is only 65 minutes long, and that's how I like these movies.
Now, I'm surprised that no one, but by the descriptions you're reading, it doesn't seem like they touch on the main point, which basically this is a Christmas Carol, but for Easter?
Yes. In another summary, it says it's a very loose adaptation of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol.
I don't think it's what do you mean? Okay, what do you mean by loose? Very, very loose? Because what do you need other than you have the ghosts of Christmas past, future, present, whatever. I don't know what you need other than that, and then you change your ways because you freak out.
Yeah, and literally Tigger says, "What the Dickens?" and I do mean Dickens is going on here, and he winks at the audience. This whole just breaks all the fourth wall. It opens up with a narrator talking, and Rue talks to the narrator. And it's like, hey, what's your story about? And he's like, it's actually about you, when really it's not about Rue. Rue is the Tiny Tim of the Easter Carol.
Yes, that was something that kind of confused me too, because it was like, oh, Rue, okay, well, it's kind of, and then the narrator is even like, oh, it's focused on you, and he's like, oh, really? And then it was like, no, it's not. It's just
you lied to Rue.
Yeah, you lied to Rue. I guess Rue doesn't really care though. I mean, he's just he's a very, very nice kid.
I know. I kept going, aw, every time Rue said something super sweet. He's like, I'm going to get the pink eggs for Piglet, and I'm going to get you the blue ones, Mama, because they're the prettiest. And I was like, oh my God, he's so cute.
I'm like, this is the best son ever.
I know.
Good job, Kanga.
Yeah, Kanga. Speaking of Kanga, there's a flashback, because this is Christmas Carol-esque. And it's about Rue's first Easter in the 100-acre forest. And they call Kanga Mrs. Kanga. So where's her husband?
I'm guessing that he's dead.
That's why they moved.
Obviously, she's a single mother, which I don't know if this is fan theory or we've talked about it before, but as I was sitting here, I was just thinking about how it seems like I'm wondering, is Christopher Robin is he raised by a single mother? Do we know?
I don't think we do know. And he is also not in this movie, so it was an owl or a gopher.
Right. But that's the whole reason why I think that it is at least a single mother. It's Kanga and Rue, and maybe the dad did die. But either way, as far as just focusing on Kanga and Rue, I mean, I don't know what the other explanation would be.
The first book came out in 1926, and that's after the First World War. So a lot of people probably were single mothers out there after, so many people died over in Europe. So it makes sense. It's probably to, show.
The thing is, I used to love Winnie the Pooh, and it's not that I don't anymore, but it's just that every time I watch a Winnie the Pooh anything now, I just get so sad.
I know,
because all of these characters, if you think intrinsically, why a little boy would make up certain things, it's just it's just very sad.
I remember we went on the Disneyland Winnie the Pooh ride, And I got, like, a little anxious in there because, like, you got the humpalumps, you got the windy day. It's just a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, well, that is a stressful ride, but I I think they were just going for, like, the utmost drama they could, but
Yeah.
it feels like a weird acid trip.
Yes, yes. And it's like, this is a Disney ride, but I feel like that's half of Disney rides.
Right.
Right. So, I have in my notes, they celebrate Easter? Just I think it's funny they do. Eeyore looked really cute in his bunny ears.
He did, and it seemed to actually make him happy, and that was very cute.
Yeah, Eeyore's not in this much, but when he is, he's surprisingly, like, happier than usual, you know?
Yeah. I mean, he's obviously, just his, like, meh self all the
Yeah.
time, but still, he loved his bunny ears, and he was really trying.
You know, like, Rabbit kinda scared me, the animation, when he got angry about Easter. Like
Yeah, they did a really Rabbit was scaring me in general.
Yes.
Just the whole situation, especially just consider but I did feel bad for him. So, I mean, for those of you who have not watched this movie, which I don't know how many people probably have watched this
Probably
movie.
not many.
But the whole reason that Rabbit decides Easter is now spring cleaning day is because back in when it was Rue's first Easter, Rabbit was so excited. He wanted to make this great Easter for him, but of course, Rabbit's very anal, and he was like, okay, it has to be done this way, and you all have to. And everybody was just trying to have fun and play around, and he was not having it. He's like, no, we got to do it this way. Got to do it this way. But they all did their own thing, and then the end, Rue was having a great time, but he was like, oh, Tigger, you did such a great job with this. Like, you're the best Easter bunny ever. And Rabbit overhears this and sees all of his friends, like, celebrating without him, and he gets really, really sad. And I'm like, that was pretty heartbreaking.
And
So
he is a rabbit. That's the
yes,
thing. I'm like, is this cultural appropriation, Tigger?
I
Like,
do.
what are you doing? He is a bunny, literally.
I
Like,
know, and he really, really wanted to, be the Easter bunny, and it was just that nobody else wanted to do what he wanted to do, which is, he should have been more flexible, obviously, but still, it's still sad. Like the whole thing is that they should have communicated with him, and he should have communicated with them, but this is also a kids thing, and sometimes it's more difficult to do that.
yeah, there would be no plot,
There would
right?
be no plot. And
Yeah. Oh,
but
go ahead.
I think it is kind of insane though with the whole like it's like okay, it's spring cleaning day, and so Rabbit just assumed that his friends are all coming over to clean his house. That's
Yeah.
that was a little like okay, no. Like I understand you're wanting to kind of get back at them, but that's a little too much.
Yeah. It's he's a lot. Most of these characters are a lot.
Mhm. But yeah, I think, and the whole thing is that I didn't know it was going to be the whole Christmas Carol thing until Tigger so Tigger arrives and he falls into a whole bunch of stuff, and then it ends up that he ends up looking like a ghost.
Yeah.
And he's like, let's go back to the first Easter, and I'm like, oh, that's where this is going.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, the whole musical adventure or whatever. First of all, I mean there are songs, I guess,
But
but
it's
they're
literally just like, let's go Easter egg hunting over and over again. That's hilarious.
yeah, and it was like there were like 3 songs. They were very, very short. And I mean, again, I know it's only a, hour-long movie. So I'm not expecting a ton, but to call it a musical adventure seems a little too much of a reach.
Yep. Gosh, I feel like we've already talked about everything in this movie.
I know, I'm trying to trying to think if there was anything else that actually stood out, but
Yeah.
for the most part, it was just kind of uncomfortable. Like it wasn't so bad. It wasn't like I don't know. I think that is watching it and they like Winnie the Pooh, then they might be fine with it. I think they might get a little freaked out by Rabbit, but it's funny too because I'm sitting here going like, oh yeah, Easter egg hunt or spring cleaning, and as an adult, I'm like, spring cleaning actually sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. Oh, I remember just at the beginning, like Tigger picks up Brew from the house and Kenga's like, have fun, dears. And he's like, oh, she called us dears. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what that was meant to be.
I don't know either. Why would he call attention to that?
Yeah, I mean, okay. Tigger. Like, even as a kid, I did not blame Rabbit for being like exacerbated by Tigger because he was
Yeah,
just a lot.
he was a lot.
I mean, he still is a lot.
Yeah, he's very energetic, and Rabbit is too, but in a very different way. He's like, because uh, which Tigger is chaotic, and Rabbit is just very much the opposite.
Order, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let's go to Rotten Tomatoes. There's
Yes.
actually no critic score. There's only yeah, because there's not enough official critics who reviewed this.
Right.
Common Sense Media said little kids will enjoy this Easter tale.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, okay. Do you want to guess what the audience score is?
Oh no. I feel like I'm gonna lose this either way. 46%.
Actually, 63%.
Really? Oh, okay.
Okay. So I have a few reviews I'd like to, share. This is paraphrased to just this last sentence I wanted to share.
Mm-hmm.
Why does Rabbit always have a stick up his butt? Chris. 2.5 stars.
I assume this is an adult.
Yeah. Really hope a child's not like. Okay. Here's another one. This one's so harsh. I'm like, this is really harsh. Okay. Just want to warn you beforehand. Okay. People who like Rue will hate Jimmy Bennett's voice. And Rabbit's mood, like pushing Pooh and the others out of his house and slapping Tigger, is too intense for a Pooh film. Retro Mag fan, 1.5 stars.
Oh gosh. Wait, what are they talking about with the voice?
I don't know. They didn't like the person who played Rue.
Isn't it a child?
Yeah, it was a child.
That's
I told you it was harsh.
wow. What? Oh, I don't even remember wait, does Rue sound different normally? I don't even remember that.
Yeah, he sounded fine to me. He sounded adorable.
He sounded like a cute little kid. I don't know what this person was expecting.
Okay. So we're going to break down this review from Michael H because it's a lot. Okay. The beginning is, this movie is torture to sit through. And I like Winnie the Pooh. That was all in cap. The movie can't hide the fact it's a complete satire of A Christmas Carol. I don't think this guy knows what satire is.
Also, I don't think they're trying to hide it.
Yeah, this is all in all caps. If you're going to make a Christmas Carol movie, make it on Christmas.
Oh,
that's what I meant. Don't ruin it by screwing up the holiday. Like, I think he's like upset that they confused Easter and Christmas.
Well, wait. So it had 63%. Were there good reviews?
Yeah,
also?
but they were always like, my favorite Winnie the Pooh film, and yay Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, okay. Nothing like actually explaining
why they liked it. There's a lot of people who give you the plot of the movie, and I'm like, I don't need to know the plot of the movie. I just watched it, or I can get the summary anywhere. Okay, but no,
we need an analysis.
This continues. Why is it even called Springtime with Rue? It takes place at Easter.
I mean, it's springtime.
I know. I'm like, is it fall like in the southern hemisphere or something?
Well, I guess, but who? I mean, like, not everybody celebrates Easter. I guess that could be true. Yeah, I guess that could be true, and maybe that's why they're freaking out about it. But at the same time, people should know that
springtime and Easter. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, the songs suck, the execution is poor, and they even screwed up the DVD cover. Again, all caps. Just look at it. These aren't the original designs. This is just some guy trying to draw something to impress people at an art show. Just stay away from it. Please do me a favor. 1 star.
Do me a favor?
Yeah.
No, I don't know you.
The original designs, like, he's upset that the DVD art isn't exactly like what's in the movie, which is usually the case,
right?
But this was
people are just looking for things to criticize.
I know, this was just a lot, and I had to share it because it was insane.
Amazing.
I just love how he's like, it's a satire of Christmas Carol. I'm like, it's not what the satire is.
And it's also not hiding it.
Yes,
So funny.
why would
Yeah.
it's so
I
clear.
love the reviews on these kinds of movies. That's like that's the best part of straight at home video actually. I feel. It's just going over what these people are writing about these movies that were never actually supposed to be a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people are like, oh, another directed video thing. And I'm like, yeah, that's what Disney does. Gotta make some money.
Right.
But I don't
They're
feel
not
like this was like completely terrible. I thought like some of the animation, the background
I didn't think it
was
was
really
no,
pretty.
I didn't hate it. Like because there have been some that we've watched that I get uncomfortable because I'm just in so much pain watching, but
Yes,
this was not one of them.
definitely. Okay. So yeah, we want to know, what did you think of this movie? Have you seen it? Are you gonna watch it? It's nice that kids have another spring Easter movie to watch because there's not that many.
There aren't. It's
Yeah.
true.
So it's good, you can pop this on for them. But yeah, you can find us at thegeekywaffle.com, geeky_waffle on Twitter, the Geeky Waffle everywhere else. We hope you all have a happily ever after until it's spring cleaning and then there's Ghost.